It's wait a moment and try again. Come
We're
on.
we're
Oh
doomed.
no, you know what? We're live on YouTube. We're not on Facebook. So let's try this again
What
to
the
go live.
hell?
All right, we're live on all of it now. Holy
There
cow.
we go. We
The
made
internet's
it.
broken. It's got
Give
the
us a
cool,
trophy.
right? Give something a trophy somewhere. Damn, somebody deserves a trophy somewhere right now. Dealing with all this crap. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
What up,
So
Jay?
I'm actually playing around with a lot of different software lately. Just kind of
I have been dabbling with some trials. My buddy Edgar plugged me
yeah.
to a few that Infinity Photo. It's basically, dude, it's a freaking Photoshop knockoff, and it's $49.
I've got it on my iPad, but I haven't even used the desktop. I like it from what I see so far. Just the way they name some of the stuff in the menu seems different than what Photoshop does. So just trying to get the new naming down, I think, if I
I'm
remember
sure.
right.
I'm sure. Oh, we got some people in here. Bob, what's up, Bob? Shelly, Elizabeth. Is that from today? Yeah, it is.
It
No,
is
that's
from
fuck no.
today. Oh
That's
yeah, no,
old.
no.
No,
That's just
Shelly's
now.
is from today. The other
Well,
ones are.
no, people were on here before the show started waiting.
Oh, that's Randy's comment. I saw that on when
Yeah.
he left it on my Instagram.
Yeah, I like On One too. I've been using that a lot. I love the On One stuff.
On one, I've never
Yeah,
tried that one.
they had a cool sale on it over the winter, so I picked it up. I think it was like $79, and it came with, the Photo Raw has like a portrait editor and stuff, but then it came with all these different LUT packages, which are pretty cool. Those are a
Right.
lot of fun. And I think it handles the raw files different than Lightroom. I think Lightroom sucks at raw file handling for Olympus files specifically.
Why you say that?
I don't feel like they're as sharp as they are.
I
If
hear people say that about
hey, we
Lightroom in
got
general.
yeah, hey
So,
John Thomas is here. Let's pop him into the show. I haven't done this before,
John
so this will
Thomas,
be
get
kind
it.
of fun.
Yo, there he is.
How's
We'll
it
try.
going,
We'll
John?
pack as many people in here as we can get tonight. Oh, there you go. What you got? Salute.
Salute.
What So the other one was Filmora for editing. I originally asked him about screen capturing
Yeah,
because I want to do some editing tutorials, and then he told me that Filmora does it, and then I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll look into it. And then I asked him about some of his video editing for his. He does. He offers like behind the scenes video footage of his senior shoots. He does a lot of seniors,
oh, right on.
and he told me he used the same thing. So that
Yeah,
shit, it's a full blown video editor and it screen captures as well. So I was like, shit, and it's
cool.
like $60 or $50 or something.
Nice, because I know like if I do any kind of screen capture stuff, I'll use QuickTime. That's easy, but I also have ScreenFlow, and it's cool because it's got some cool features to it. But you're always shooting it out of that to throw it into a video editor to actually start editing the video. So to
Right.
have one piece of software that does it, that's pretty cool.
What's going on, John? Oh, we can't hear you, man.
Uh oh, he's not muted on our side.
No,
Do we have any lip readers in the audience tonight?
that's right. You got to get in them settings, man. You probably some with your audio. Nothing.
De nada. It's funny. Liz is drinking Grand Marnier. So
Grand
I
Marnier. Yeah, let's talk about alcohol while we're here.
all right. So
Because you're the alcohol snob. I drink the same shit all the time, dude.
oh no, not a snob. I'm a learner. I'm a student in the
Are you?
world of alcohol.
Your bar looks pretty good though.
So I'm really honestly doing it based on if a bunch of people
Recommendations.
recommend the same thing, then I
Right.
try it. So Woodford
Right.
Reserve, that bourbon, I got recommended that, and I was recommended a specific one. It's their double oaked.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find it the first time, so I just got like their standard Woodford Reserve bourbon, and I like that a lot. And then I got the double oaked, and it's good, but I actually prefer the standard better. Maybe it's a little lighter, not quite as burny.
Right.
Um, But then I ended up trying a Scotch, and I kind of like it. It's not
Which
bad.
one?
It's the Balvenie.
Balvenie? I
It's
have
pretty
to look
good. And I mean, everything I'm getting is I'm not getting bottom shelf, but I'm not getting $100 a bottle
Right,
stuff
right.
either.
I had a bottle of Glenfiddich.
Yeah. Yep.
You definitely can't drink scotch like
Like
tequila.
no,
I
no.
was pounding that shit, dude, shot after shot. Before I knew it, I was drunk as hell, dude.
Yeah. So like so I think I like bourbon. And it's funny because before bourbons, like my alcohol of choice probably honestly would be tequila or
That's what I
vodka.
drank. I don't like vodka.
Well,
I can't. I don't drink clear. I don't like clear liquor.
see, I only used to be able to drink like vodka and gin, and
Right.
anything that was a dark liquor, just it just killed me for some reason. They always tasted too sweet, I
Right.
think.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And
It's that oak.
yeah, for sure. And so and vodka is just I've never really sipped vodka. I know people do that.
Yeah.
So it's always like a mixed drink. So I was basically just drinking whatever else the vodka was mixed in. So I didn't know,
I don't
that
do. I don't.
alcohols could have taste much.
Right. Right. I don't do mixed drinks. I don't like my alcohol tasting like fruit or freaking
Tomatoes.
yeah, or tomatoes or fucking big red chewing gum.
Oh no, 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 no. Anything with cinnamon flavor. Oh my gosh. Bad
Right.
experience as a person quite a bit younger than I am now, involving a fifth of hot damn in about 10-15 minutes, and then lying on the ground outside
I
on the
remember
cement.
me and Jared stayed up one day drinking. We drank a fifth of tequila, and it was like 6 a.m. And this was when my son was young. And by 10 o'clock, he was jumping on me, and I was like, "Oh, yo, dude, I'm not doing that shit no more, man."
Yeah, I've had a few of those. Oh my gosh. Actually, I think I probably last time I really got drunk was like it was a year ago, I guess, for a work trip in Philadelphia.
I
That
remember that. Yeah,
that was an interesting night with coworkers to get drunk.
right.
But before that, it's been quite a while. I don't really drink a whole lot. I've got a bar, like you mentioned, and there's a lot of booze in it that doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
So it just kind of sits. And well,
Any better,
unfortunately,
John? Any better, John? Still can't hear you.
nope. But unfortunately, like I don't really have people over to drink,
What up,
so
Jay?
so it just kind
I usually just drink on the weekends, man. Chill out at the house.
of Shelly says tequila.
Tequila's the
Oh
go-to.
man,
What,
that was
what
my go-to
tequila?
forever. What
What
tequila,
tequila?
Shelly?
Not that cheap shit, I hope. I can't drink cheap ass tequila, dude. 1800 is about as cheap as I'll go.
Yeah. So okay, so you drink tequila. Is it
Reposado.
is it sipping? Is it shots? Is it? Well, you said you don't like
It's
mixed drinks, so it's not margaritas.
no, it's gulps.
Gulps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that there are a lot of people that are like they're treating tequilas like scotches and bourbons, and they're sipping
Sipping
them,
them.
and they're super expensive, and you just you know slow sips.
The only thing I sip is the stuff that tastes like shit. But you can't take big drinks of that.
Shelly says no clue. She doesn't buy it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth said, where'd that go? Hot damn, as
Jägermeister.
bad as Jägermeister. So I like Jaeger bombs,
Jägermeister would turn you into an alcoholic. I swear to God, that shit will.
Now we got Brian Essler dropping
Oh!
Yo,
Jägermeister would turn you into an alcoholic. I swear to God.
they will.
Mute your shit, man.
Brian Essler dropping
Oh!
Yo.
Yeah, you need some headphones, Brian. We got like a 3-second delay.
They will.
Mute your shit, man.
So there, I'll mute him until he gets some earbuds in or something. You didn't come prepared, Brian. Come on, what are you doing? What are you
Bad
doing?
luck, Brian. Go figure.
I don't mind Jaeger. Like I said, I like Jägermeister mixed into something. Like,
I drink it straight. So I've drank it a couple of times, and they tried to give me that shit with the Red Bull.
yeah.
like,
Is
man.
that any better? Because I had you open also in a other.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was the delay, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Much
I
better.
thought like crap.
Yeah.
I don't have headphones on me right now, and I don't know where they are in my house. So
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
oops, gonna hit no on that one.
Yeah, so I drank the Jägermeister. I was like, I'm not drinking that shit with Red Bull, man.
No,
Give it to
they're
me.
good.
Give it to me straight. It's not bad. I mean, don't know alcohol really tastes great.
No, I mean Jaeger and Red Bull's good. Jaeger straight. Oh, that's a tough one, man. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't done a lot of shots of just straight Jaeger. I'm just not saying it's the best thing ever.
I had that as a kid a ton, like in college and everything. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I ever had.
What
Yep.
do you got right now, B? What you drinking on?
I don't have anything
What? You're
on
not
me
drinking?
right now. I know.
Oh, I almost clicked the remove from stream button. He said he didn't have anything.
But
Right.
like
Get him
I
out of
just
here.
ate like a half hour ago, so
Yeah.
I'll
I
have
just-
it in a bit.
Yeah, I get it. I ate 5 minutes.
John's back. And we still can't hear John.
He's trying. Don't stop
Nothing.
trying.
Don't stop.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah, you start singing that shit.
I know. That's where my head was at with it.
What time is it, Brian? Ain't it past your bedtime, man?
Hell no.
So I have absinthe in my bar.
Ooh.
And absinthe it kind of reminds me of Jägermeister. Like you know, it's got that licoricey anise taste to it or whatever, but holy cow, absinthe is strong.
Yeah, it is.
And I actually kind of feel like I'm drinking like mouthwash or medicine or something when I drink it.
Really? See, I need to find some new stuff to drink. I drink the same stuff over and over again, man.
Come on over and sample a little bit of everything I got.
There you go. I'm spending the night.
You're gonna have to.
I seen the bar. There's a lot of shit on there.
All right, so I wonder how many people tuned in thinking we were talking about photography.
Right.
So we could talk about photography,
Probably all of them.
right? Because I think every single person here is a photographer. So
Yeah.
Not
I
me.
don't
I
know.
quit.
I don't know how many are alcoholics, but if we can get 1 or 2 on the line,
Right.
Want to do alcoholics?
yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull up a few photos, just random stuff, and then some stuff I've been playing with lately,
All right, cool.
I can probably show some photos like this.
just for giggles. Just for giggles. Let me see.
I can do this.
That's funny.
My screen share.
So no, we were talking about software earlier, like editing and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go and open up just a few pictures that I've gone back through and re-edited with different software. Oh, except for that one. Let me do a screen
Yeah.
share.
I have switched officially over to Capture One now. So
Really?
yeah, I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
So what is the workflow with that like? Is it like an all-in-one, like a cataloging software?
Sort of.
and-
Yeah.
Sort of.
You can either have a catalog or sessions.
Mhm.
I chose to have a catalog just because of the way I shoot and everything.
Mhm.
And it isn't that far off from Adobe, in all honesty, and how it interacts and how you work on it overall.
Yeah.
I kind of think of it as
What's up, Matt?
Lightroom Pro in a
Oh,
way. So
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna tell Matt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've tried it yet. I don't think I'd have too much confidence in myself shooting drunk. It'd be interesting to see what it looked like. At the
I
end.
may have done it once or
That's when
twice.
you're more creative that way, man, because you don't care.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
I'll give you that. I definitely would probably have way more creativity. It's the technical ability that would suffer immensely.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh man, I know this is gonna be the greatest shot ever. Oh, it's all black.
Either that or you fall off a damn cliff.
Right? Yeah. Walking backwards, I just need a few more feet. It's almost in frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used Capture One. I don't think I've ever even downloaded a trial of it.
No.
And then,
Nope, I didn't either. I was going to. I like that it has layers on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like there are a couple things it doesn't do that Adobe does, like HDR, etc., and everything. But like if you do have something like Aurora or any other item out there, it's fine. So
yep,
just open it in that.
gotcha.
I like the color grading on it.
Yeah, it's awesome on that.
You can pinpoint certain tones and
Yeah.
shift them around. It's pretty cool. It'd be cool
Yeah.
for color grading.
I haven't played around with that enough yet, but I'm starting to, and it's really good.
So
It's nice.
So how does that work? So it's not the same as the hue, saturation, and luminance sliders in Lightroom, right? It's something completely different.
It's like
You can do that. but-
right.
It just gives you a lot more options, essentially.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So do you paint in?
Like you can tweak yellow.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
on the hue saturation layers, you can it's yellow. You can make it darker or lighter.
Yep.
yeah, and
And
it's way easier, I think, and it
Right.
offers more control.
it's
He's-
hard to explain. You can
It is.
he's back.
Captain Persistence in the house.
He'll get
Do we
this
have a
shit
winner?
one day.
Do we have
Nope.
a winner?
Nope.
No.
What
He said, "I give up." I read his lips.
what
You can get it.
Are those iPhone earbuds?
Are they earbuds with a mic? No, now he can't hear us either. No.
He's like, I wear these shits just for looks.
Exactly.
Look, we're all quiet and shit.
It's fine. I'm reading through the comments. I'm trying to figure out. I want to answer questions, but I'm like, I think I'm too far behind now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I haven't even been looking
do
in.
you shoot better with sauce in you? Yeah.
Oh, Kim,
yeah, I
what's
wouldn't
up, Kim? My favorite beach goer, who never went to go get tacos.
Well, Lightroom doesn't do any processing in front. Capture One on others. Push a set of their own changes. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. I think I'm
Well,
all caught up on questions.
Let me look at this shit.
So I'm kind of curious about Bob's comment and your response,
Yeah.
which agrees with him. So when you say Lightroom doesn't do any processing up front, you're talking about aside from the baked-in camera profile that shows up in the image, or wait, that doesn't even get applied, does it? That's actually you do that.
No.
So it's literally 100% raw, and with Capture One, it's actually doing something based on what? On their own, what they feel is the best representation of what the raw file should be.
So it does pull all the information from the camera. I don't know if it's pulling this profile or not.
Mhm.
Camera profiles are something that are not in Capture One,
Right.
which some people might be opposed to that. Personally, I never really used them anyway.
Right.
Doesn't Capture One, you buy it for your specific camera, right?
Or
you buy the Pro version that has all the cameras in it.
Correct. Yeah. So I have just the general. It has
You buy the Pro version that has
Sounds like Poltergeist.
correct. Yeah. So I think that's John, maybe.
He's figuring it out. Come on, man.
Carol Ann, come into the light, Carol Ann.
Yeah. It almost sounds like I'm in an airport
There.
or something.
That's how you fix that.
So I have the Pro, which has them all in it, essentially.
Yeah.
There are versions specific to Sony, I know, and I think there's one for Fuji as well now.
Right.
But I don't think there's one for any other brand out there.
Yeah.
There are versions specific to Sony, I know. I think
now you got to mute. There you go, John.
No, I just muted him. So, John, you're going to have to set it so that your audio output is to the headphone jack only and not your speakers.
And also ensure that you don't have this open in a other tab like I did.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. He's opening another tab too. You're going to have to set it so that your audio output is to the head. Okay, I'll just keep him muted for a minute.
So, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It was a little bit of a curve, obviously, but I picked it up faster than I thought I would.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I really like the process recipes and everything. That does exporting probably better than anything I've ever
What up, Rick?
opened up ever.
So I want to talk tonight a little bit
About how you edit on your iPad.
No, I can't. I can't. It sucks. I wish I could because
I want to buy one, but I don't know enough yet to go ahead.
Buy my iPad. I've got a maxed out Pro that just it sits in this coffee table behind me.
We'll talk. What size is it? 11-inch?
It's the big one, whatever the 12.9 or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
big.
just too big, dude.
Yeah.
Might as well tow the laptop around.
Yeah.
No, it's basically as thick as the laptop screen.
Right.
So it's not quite the same, but it's overkill for me for sure.
What's up, Mike?
All right. So what I was trying to find out, I'm looking for a before picture. So why don't you guys talk to each other and get to
Hi, Brian.
keep everybody entertained?
Nice haircut.
I'm probably gonna have to open
Thanks.
up.
Yeah.
How's that flow be?
Haven't had one in about 5 weeks or so, but
See, that lets you know right there that the Flow B was ahead of its time.
yeah, right.
You get home with your head stuck to the end of the fucking vacuum, getting paid.
Yeah. So.
That's why you got to do this, man.
Oh man, Jerry! Holy cow, dude!
Yeah, I don't got them problems.
Wow.
I'm gonna quarantine forever.
Yeah, man.
As long as I got a fucking Bic.
Yeah. I don't think I could pull it off though.
Sure you can, man.
Nah.
You look like Bruce Willis.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You get all the babes.
Yeah. But I have been out shooting probably about twice a week or so now. So.
I was in Grand Rapids today.
Oh really?
Yeah. It don't look like nobody's staying home anymore.
Yeah. I shot earlier. So.
I don't see as much traffic as I saw today on many days.
Yeah.
It was packed out there.
There were definitely more people out today than probably any other day I've been out in a while. Typically I go out like early afternoons or so and it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was the time of day I was out or what, but it definitely was busier today. Although the expressways though were still pretty empty, what I saw.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I am shooting for the city and everything, and so it's fun heading out.
I'm almost back into this. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so that's all I needed to see. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to find one image out of, a lot.
What are you looking for, man?
You're going to see. All right.
Show you.
Yeah, I guess I could have pulled up a couple too, but.
All right, so here's what I want to do. So, and this is going to be fun to get Brian in on this conversation.
All right.
All right, so.
Oh, there it is.
So this image right here.
Yep.
I like that.
I'm sharing this image for Brian.
Because it has AI sky placement on it.
Well, don't try to steal my damn thunder. Okay, hold on.
I saw that earlier.
The one guy not drinking, of course, he's got to have the fastest.
Let's see the before. Let's see the before.
All right, so there.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny because
do that again. Oh man, that's a good job cutting out around those trees. That's a bitch.
I literally just now noticed that right here to the far right, it removed.
That's Luminar, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But aside from that,
So
what do you
The
guys
only-
think?
the only other thing I see is if you open it up again,
Mhm.
right at the bottom left edge of those trees, it almost looks like dirt or like the edge of the sky.
Like the clouds.
No, other side, left side.
Yeah, on my screen here, I don't know. So here, are you talking about the downhill side of it, Brian?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let me zoom in.
So like
So the
right
white part?
at the edge there, where it's almost like a tan.
He's
Go
talking about
over
what
all
I'm
the
talking
way.
about. Right
Yeah.
there. Right there.
Yeah. So it almost looks like the sky ended there. And
Right
so,
here?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so my thought is the
Shift the mask.
horizon or something ends
Just
there.
clone stamp that shit down and into the
And-
trees.
That
So-
should be an easy edit.
Right. So what that ended up being, I think on the here, let me pull up the OG of it. So you can see it was
Oh,
clouds right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So and I ran into something similar, excuse me, with that as far as so I thought I love the way this one turned out. And I realized, man, every time I fly, I'm that guy who just wants a window seat just for like a single wing shot. And I've shot video of every single flight I've ever been on almost. And
Yeah.
so I picked the window seat for that. So I've got a million wing shots. And I went and I found one where it was, you know, the wing, below the wings, there was the cloud deck. And then above that, it transitioned from a lighter blue all the way up to almost black. And I thought this will be perfect for the software because it's such a stark,
Right.
you know, gradient or whatever, you know, a transition anyways from cloud deck to sky. And the software just totally fell apart on that because
Interesting.
there's no way for it to understand that it should be replacing the clouds. It's looking for that
Right.
hard contrast line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
You
It
can
is.
fix it though, and I didn't mess with it. I just wanted to see what the software would do just right out of the box without me intervening, because I
Yeah.
think you can paint in, right?
You are able to. There is also a slider called Sky Global, I think it's called.
So I figured out what Sky Global is. That's the lighting. So I've got another shot. Shoot, actually, I don't. I did it on someone else's computer. So what I discovered really quick. Well, hold on. Maybe I've got it in.
But there's also a slider in there, and I forget the name of it, but it kind of adjusts the sensitivity of how it finds the sky almost. And I also know there's a close gaps slider as well.
I think closed gaps would probably be the one that does it. I know that on this one, once I replaced the sky already was kind of warm. It was a lot warmer than what was here before, because what was here before was just gray. And by cranking the Sky Global slider, you know, all the way to the right, it warmed up the foreground a lot.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I think what it does is the global, I think, just makes your whole scene adapt, or not your whole scene. It actually gradually works its way from horizon down into the foreground.
Yeah.
But it warmed up the image, you know,
Yeah.
doing that.
It
Yeah.
blends it for you.
Yeah. So you don't have to go in and try to make another layer and start to paint in some warmth or use some sort of a mask to do it. It does it right out of the box.
I found
Yeah,
a really cool way to do that too.
And in my experience, it works pretty well. The one image I attempted it on that it didn't work great with was actually with the blue bridge here. And I think that's because it said the bridge was part of the sky.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a ton of like extra, you know, adjusting on it. But
right.
So yeah.
So I tell you what, though, I've been having a lot of fun with that software. I've only been using it for just a couple of days. I decided to give it a shot or whatever.
Yeah.
Which one? The N1?
The Luminar.
Luminar. So here's the question: is which software replaces Sky the best?
Out of
from what?
What's out there?
I don't know if anybody does it like this, automated.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I heard. The sky replacement and
Photoshop has like a background replace. I really haven't played around with that a ton. It's not really automated quite as well. I think in terms of what AI does and all, I think Luminar is far ahead of anyone else in terms of AI.
Yeah, without a doubt. I know. I sent Jerry. I wish I would. I don't think I exported it from Lightroom is my problem. But did I send you a screenshot from my screen, Jerry, of the alley in Chinatown in New York with the Milky Way over it?
Yeah.
I wish I would have exported it out. It's ridiculously good because the alley was dark anyways.
Yeah.
So I used a LUT to kind of give it this cinematic grading.
Yeah.
Drop the exposure just a little bit on the highlights to darken the scene evenly.
Yeah.
And
sure. Right.
And then once I did that, I just threw the sky replacement in with the Milky Way. And then I gave the whole entire thing like a matte finish. I was like, holy crap, this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. It's awesome to play on. I don't think I would ever use it for clients, obviously. But
no. Well, maybe you would. I mean, it depends on what your client's looking for.
True.
Right. I mean, so let's say your client's the city of Grand Rapids and like, Brian, we need an epic sunset, for the thing that we're going to publish. And it's raining and crappy for the next 5 days. Boy, you better open up Luminar and deliver.
Right.
So then
we need a sunset behind those sandwiches, Brian. What are you going to do?
Now, here's a question for you, Brian, because you've reviewed it and stuff. You might know the insides and outs of this, but
I really know a lot about it.
Okay. So what about the commercial aspect of it? Are you licensed to distribute and sell? I mean, maybe not distribute, but actually make profit from an image that was done using one of the sky presets that they let you use.
You are.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was talking with Shelly here in the chat room about this, and I'm thinking, or she suggested that there might be days when you're out, like me especially, driving out in the countryside looking for something to shoot. There's nothing cool to shoot. I've got an epic sunset going on, no cool foreground to put into it. And she said, well, now you can just shoot skies and start saving your own skies.
Yeah.
So using the software. So, I mean, I know obviously I can use
stock photos.
Yeah. So then I know I've got license obviously to use that sky, but you're saying that you can use the ones they do.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool.
Personally, I think it's a little iffy still, but technically you are able to. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Eileen was asking if AI is built into Luminar or is it an add-on? There is AI in the older versions of Luminar, but not the sky replacement. The sky replacement is actually the newest version of Luminar that has it. So,
and I believe that came out in November.
It's pretty
before
recent.
that version, they had Accent AI,
And Sky. Yep.
And a couple other things, but not as much as they have now.
Luminar
in the
Force.
4.2 update, they came out with AI Augmented Sky, where you can actually add in like separate objects into the sky.
Planets, the moon, giraffes.
Easy, I think, and a little fake.
I like
giraffes.
giraffes.
Of having rights to sell on that, they say as long as it's not your primary image, it's okay.
For sure.
But I saw on their site earlier they put a rocket ship right in the middle of Times Square.
That's usually where we're at.
I said, yeah, no, I'm not. It's like, why? So personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think they added it more for just people who want to be creative than any other thing.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
But the AI Sky replacement is awesome, and actually their AI portrait enhancer is also awesome too.
So Eileen, okay, you guys keep talking. I'm going to find a before image of this shot too, so I can show Eileen what she can do with her version of software she's got. Because one of the images I was going to share is actually.
Do I still got the one you sent me? Where'd you send me that at? That was Messenger.
It had to have been Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I exported it, but I think I just held my phone up to the screen, maybe. Showed you what I was working on. I think I was joking
No,
around,
it's
Jerry.
it's an image.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea where I shot it out. It's
Go,
not
go
my.
snag it off of Messenger. It's there.
Oh yeah, open it up there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
There you
Hey,
go.
we got you. Good deal.
John.
You learn
I've been-
something new every day.
Every day.
That's right.
If I don't, then I'm probably dead.
Right.
I've been using the sky replacement, kind of playing with all the lovely time I've had.
Yeah.
Re-editing some wedding photos and stuff I did.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I did one that was I had the bride and groom out in a cornfield. It was a really old photo, but I re-edited it because the sky was just gray, overcast, and put a sky in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah.
I think I could show it to you if you guys want me to.
Pull it up.
Sure.
Up.
Heck yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'd say where it helps above anything else out there, I'd say is if you're shooting real estate,
Yeah.
and things like weddings where you can't go back and recreate it essentially.
Yeah.
So
Just give me a
Well-
holler, John, when you got. Okay, here we go. Let me add it to the stream. There we go. Let me make you full screen.
That's not what I wanted to share.
You might want to go to share application window. I'll remove that from the stream for you and let you get that queued up.
Share application window. Ah,
And I'm going to get Eileen's picture queued up so she can see what she can do with her software. Let me find which frame that was. It was a sequence of images. I want the exact one that I edited. Oh, it sounds like somebody's racing cars outside my house. It's a-
nice.
I got an idea what that could be.
What's that? There we go. Okay. So I'll show Eileen really quick while John's getting that queued up. So Eileen, you were asking about your version of Luminar. So this is a shot on I-70 en route from Denver to Moab, Utah. We saw this storm kind of on the horizon that was just kind of working its way across this valley. And I jumped out, shot a series of frames. So this is one of the shots that I took. And then this would be the edit in your version of Luminar. So all that's one of the things that the original Luminar has is this sunburst thing, and you can get kind of crazy and wild with it, or you can, I went pretty wild with it as far as letting the sun rays get, long, but it does a good job of warming up where the rays go. So it actually does I think a pretty decent job of realism.
Yeah.
It's a good blend.
Yeah.
Go
I think they added that in 2018, I want to say. So if you have a version older than,
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
it isn't in there, but yeah. So
Is it worth buying?
You can't even buy. I don't even know if you can buy the older version now. Can you?
no,
Okay.
yeah. So
The newer version. Is it worth buying or no?
I think it depends on what you shoot. I think if you shoot portraits, I think if you shoot a lot of things outside, then definitely.
There you go. You mentioned portraits. That's funny because that's exactly what Shelly just mentioned. She was used to.
Yeah.
Or looking forward to trying out the portrait side of that.
It is awesome, actually.
Michael said the same thing.
Before it came out, I would edit my portraits in perfectly clear, and now I don't, at all because it's all in Luminar.
Gotcha. So, John, I don't think this is what you want to share, right?
nope, hang on.
Okay.
I got it.
You got to
There.
take your lens cap off.
Exactly.
I see it on my screen. Can you guys see it?
Nope.
Nope. It's all.
I see the application window, but no pictures actually in it.
Okay, never mind.
This is weird.
Keep trying. Keep trying. We're not going anywhere. I don't think we
Yeah.
are. Maybe we are. All right, I'll share the photo Jerry was talking about really quick too. So that would be the Milky Way over a Chinatown alley in New York.
Is that
Oh, nice.
Murder
Yeah.
Alley?
Oh, dude, I can't remember the name of the street. The name, it might actually be visible in the image. There might be an address on one of these buildings. I could tell you
Right.
what name of the road is. God, because I've got a lot of photos from this alley. So this building down here that I'm kind of jiggling my pointer over, I've got a cool shot of the front of that. And I know
That's in Manhattan, right?
yeah, yep, right next to Little Italy.
Yep.
Yeah, and I see the post office there, so it should be pretty easy to find.
Yeah, it's such a cool alley. Man, I love that spot. I could hang out there
That's awesome.
for like 24 hours and shoot that place just over the course of a day.
Yeah, yeah. I was planning to head there again in October for PP, but I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah.
Because of what's happening out there, obviously. So
I'm glad Mike brought this up. Spot removal. I never even investigated that, and I have a Sony now.
Yeah.
Those things are great if you want spots in your photos. So that might be.
I've heard that.
That's the first time I bought
Yeah.
swabs, sensor swabs in years. I bought some for my OMD EM1 Mark II because I had used it at a beach and I was just being a jerk, and I'm changing lenses when the wind's blowing sand and dirt, and
Yeah.
that was the only time I've ever cleaned my sensor on an Olympus camera. But the Sony, it was like within a week. I'm like, oh, cool. There's amoebas in my sky. So I've definitely changed up my lackadaisical lens changing routine with the Sony for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look at that though, just for spot removal. I just think I'm getting in the habit now of if I travel with that Sony, I'm packing my swabs so I can clean. Like Iceland, everybody's like, make sure you keep your lens clean and your sensor clean. I'm like, God dang, yeah, you're right. That's the main reason I even ordered those things.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. My Sony's had, but if I'm shooting landscapes, I'm not wide open, so I'm stopped down a little bit, and they tend to show up really quick.
Right.
But I think
I see a few here and there. I just take them out in Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm just worried about. I don't know. I've run into instances where it's probably easier on the Sony though. You've got way. Do you have
there's
that much
room.
more resolution? More resolution, even though it's the same megapixel count almost as the OMD. Is the resolution higher, so easier to work with those pixels than it would be on the OMD? Or is that not even
as far on the sensor?
as far as doing the adjustments in
cleaning?
post? No, doing adjustments in post.
Oh.
So like the more megapixels you got, they say you've got more to work with as far as let's say you're cloning and stuff like that, doing like the clone stamp tool. You can sample from and let's say you've got an area this big on a 42 megapixel sensor. There might be twice as many pixels in that little circle than there is on the OMD, like a Micro Four Thirds, because the resolution's lower. So I didn't know if it's not a full frame thing; it's actually a sensor resolution thing, right? So the Sony 20 whatever, how many megapixels that is, 24 something, versus like an OMD, roughly same resolution, just different sensor size. I don't think I get any better editing leeway when it comes to like spot removal, skin adjustments, and things like that with the Sony.
Right.
It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just moving pixels from.
But you have fewer pixels to move on 20 megapixels than you do on, a 40.
I'm sure you probably have to be more careful where you select them from on a higher megapixel camera because there's so much more detail. You know what I'm saying?
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get. Well, should I have Fuji files I could work with
I can send you
from
some
that
of
medium format? Yeah, that's right. Yours
Right.
is an R, isn't it?
that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I need a little go around with that. That'd be kind of fun just to see. I don't really have to push stuff anyways. What I do, not with landscape,
Yeah. Right.
or hell, most people with portrait work don't even need to either. I guess.
It's a deal when you're doing faces.
Right. Yeah. Adam Farb wants to know why the Sony sensor is getting dirty. because IDGAF when I'm out shooting, and
Because we use our cameras.
because I'm out when the wind's blowing and it's raining and it doesn't matter, and I'm swapping lenses to make shots versus
It's a bigger
Not.
sensor.
it's a big that's I think that's the biggest thing. Somebody asked me actually offline the other day why the dust reduction is so much better on Olympus than it is on other cameras, and I think it's two things. Number one, I think because they pretty much pioneered it for the most part.
Right.
Number two, the sensor's smaller, so the same reason that makes their image stabilization better makes their dust reduction better. I think the smaller sensor is easier to vibrate ultrasonically versus like the bigger sensor. Like if you turn on the dust reduction on my Sony, it's like riding over like speed bumps all in a row, like rumble strips. It's like the whole camera kind of vibrates. Whereas the Olympus, you don't even feel anything happen
No.
because
Oh.
it's vibrating at such a high frequency.
Yeah.
Eileen says hers is probably pre-17. Levi was
Okay.
sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I don't know. You're probably past the upgrade period where they were giving out deals, I'm sure, to upgrade to 2018.
Yeah. I think now they are giving deals for 2018 and newer to upgrade, but I don't think they're giving deals for older ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would always ask them, obviously. But, isn't hurting anything. So,
Yeah. Mike makes a good point. He says, even if you down swap, which it's funny. I tell people all the time that that's what they should be doing. And then if you catch me out shooting, I've just got the camera
Yeah.
like this and
I
I'm
don't
just
have it.
popping
Yeah,
lenses
exactly.
off, But I don't know. I'm 50-50 with it, I guess. I should know better. Dang it. Do as I say.
I
not
don't
as
worry
I
about
do,
that
kid.
stuff.
Yeah.
I fix it in fucking post. Move on.
Yeah. What's next? John's just hanging out in the corner. You drunk?
Yeah.
You're just not talking?
No, not yet. You got it. Since all I've ever shot is Olympus, as far as digital cameras,
Yeah.
when you're talking
Sorry?
about getting dirt on sensors, I'd have nothing to contribute because
yeah, yeah,
I've
right.
never cleaned one.
It's such a rare thing. So, you know Brian Bright, don't you? Who all? Well, I
Yeah.
know John does. I don't know who all in our group here does, but
I
so-
love it.
so I cleaned Brian's sensor on a workshop one time. We were up north. I think we were in Ludington actually, and we're sitting in a hotel there, and I cleaned his sensor. And his pictures had, a fair amount of dust spots on them. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen by far, but I had seen him that day and the previous, it was that day during the workshop. I mean, there was wind blowing probably leaves and sticks and everything into his camera as we were on the beach on Lake Michigan. It was howling wind, and he's not going to miss a shot, and he's just swapping lenses. He'll deal with it later. And really the dust wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, considering what he was doing with that camera.
Brian closed the wrong window.
He did. He's like, I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
There he
I
is.
don't know.
He just wanted a different spot on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
He thinks if he keeps going, he's going to end up in my spot.
He's like, this is my good side.
Uh,
Forehead forward. Do the shabam or whatever it's called. Peter Hurley.
Today's show is sponsored by Hennessy.
oh,
Yeah. If there is anyone who wants a deal on Luminar, I can hand that out. I just can't post in the
In the
chat.
chat. All right.
I'm trying
Hey,
to-
Eileen, listen to what Brian's about ready to say.
So
I want
let
to
me
deal on it.
try to make something here
I
really.
want that shit for free.
Hang on just a second.
Any Canon users here?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, snap.
yeah.
There you go. I have no experience with Canon, unfortunately, Eileen. So it's always been Olympus with me. Just now, a Sony camera, a loaner from Fuji once. That's it. That's the extent of it. Justin says he has an answer for anyone who uses an adapter. I don't know
What you
what.
drinking?
Adapter mount format filters from.
Oh, Justin, we're talking about software Aurora, not shooting the Aurora. Is that what you're talking about? AuroraAperture.com. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure what that is.
Justin's drunk.
Justin beat us to the punch. What are you drinking, Justin?
Eggnog.
Justin shoots a 5D3. Eileen, you're not alone.
Okay. So if you go to
What you mean, nephew?
photofocus dot
The shameless plug. The shameless plug.
slash L4BE. You will get a bunch of extras also, and you'll also get it for cheaper as well. So it'll cost
Yes.
80 instead of I think anywhere else is 89 or so, but it has some extras also. And
Can I use
again,
that code
is-
twice and get it for 40?
Mhm.
Can I use that code twice and get it for 40?
No. So that is photo focus dot tips slash L4BE.
That'll be $50 for you to keep plugging your shit on the show, man.
It helps us out a bit. It does.
This week's episode is brought to you by Photo Focus.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, you're supposed to pay us to advertise on this. What are you doing?
That's right. Well, I told him that shit's $50. He
I'm
only said
helping
it
him out.
twice.
All right, switch from bourbon to scotch.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Ooh,
scotch.
right.
Yeah,
Mixing.
So I don't know how long this is gonna go, but
So you don't
we'll see.
how do you handle mixing your liquor like that?
They're
Or
obviously
you ain't
very-
got that drunk yet to find out.
not tonight. So the flavor profiles are obviously completely different, but
Right.
Yes.
Which one you
I
like
don't-
better?
I don't-
You like
I don't
scotch
think I-
better?
no,
No
I like bourbon better for sure. But I think I just wanted something a little different,
Right.
and the glass was empty.
There you go.
I like scotch better.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
unless
not.
unless someone's giving me the bourbon, then I like
You're a
bourbon.
distinguished gentleman there, John.
So I am not a Scotch snob to the point where because I think the more you get into Scotch, the peatier and smokier you like your Scotches is what I hear. Man, I cannot do that. Like
Yeah,
once they get like that, they're like, oh boy, they're too.
I'm not either.
They smell like a chemical.
The first time I had scotch, I thought it tasted like Band-Aids.
Really?
That shit was nasty, man.
I don't think I've ever heard that, but okay.
I just had an interesting experience just now. Sorry, I just have to share this because this is a photography show.
Yeah.
So I turned off my camera to walk back to my bar and get some scotch. And I have a candy dish full of Easter candy. And I'm a sucker for these Cadbury mini eggs. So I grabbed a couple of those and I'm chomping them on the way to get the scotch. I come back and sit down and I take a sip of that scotch with residual chocolate flavor in my mouth. That's good stuff. Just throwing that out there. Completely changed the entire way this tasted in a very good way.
Go get that bottle of Hershey syrup.
So continue. I don't know where we were headed next, but I'm on board.
I do have a couple pictures up if you want me to show.
Pull them up. Pull them up.
All right.
Let's see.
How should I do that?
Share your application window. Put them in preview and queue them up that way, and then share that application window.
Go to share screen at the bottom.
Hang on. It's me.
So Brian's got some photos from
Oh.
his bedroom and
Uh-oh,
his teddy bear.
some bandos.
No, that's
Yeah.
me.
Right.
Oh,
Application window.
that's the spot, Jay.
Yeah, it's probably about
Chrome has lost
15
permission
minutes
to share my screen.
from my house.
No, the one that we go to.
Yeah,
factory.
we've been to that one.
No, I
haven't
was
been to
asking, is that the factory?
Oh no. No, this is the house in
A different
between
one?
Charlotte and Hastings. If you ever want to go in, it's a pretty cool one. It's an old farmhouse that the people that owned it passed away, and their kids live out of state, and they never came back to do anything with it.
Right.
And it just
All right.
sat.
Should see my screen. Is that right? Is it up?
I
There
see
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Now
Grand
it's here.
Rapids.
So
Blue Bridge?
I shot this about a week ago or so.
That's a nice shot, B.
This is taken with the EM1X and the 7 to 14. This is a 13-second exposure. So
All right. So when you shot that,
yeah.
how did you focus? Auto or manual?
I did auto because I was able to pretty easily focus on the USA on there.
Mhm.
So
I'm curious. I'm curious if you're in a city, if you turned on Starry Sky autofocus, if it helps focus even better. Like, you know, if you picked a building off in the background or what have you.
yeah, right.
Because it, you know, is going to be similar to a star. I just don't know what they're using in the autofocus algorithm to make that work.
Right.
Just kind of
Yeah,
curious.
I don't know either, but that's definitely something I should try. I plan to go out this week again sometime to get a couple different angles of this, so I'll try it out. The other one I did want to show, it's a black and white actually. There we go. This I took from a parking garage that I probably wasn't supposed to be up on, but I was. And this is actually a 5-shot exposure that I merged in Aurora. So
Nice.
yeah, but it's just empty. Typically during the week anyway, it's empty there. So it was awesome. But as I was heading out, a security car was heading up. So I said, "Oh, all right," but who knows?
Did you show him your pass?
No, because I wasn't ever asked. So, but I have one.
You just hold it up and say Lilu Dallas multipass.
Right.
Multipass.
Yeah. So each of these, I started in Capture One and I finished in Luminar and Aurora on here. So yeah.
Hey, Justin clarified when that link that he was giving is actually to something to protect your filter or your sensor. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like this thing that actually goes inside of the lens mount in between the lens mount and the sensor. I've seen those before. I'm kind of curious about them.
Interesting.
I'm curious if the clarity of the material used is good enough to where you don't have to worry about it affecting your image. But more than that, I'm curious if it has any kind of anti-reflective coatings, because it's just one more potentially reflective surface in between, you know, your lens and the sensor.
Yeah.
And, you know, lenses have all those coatings to prevent that, and lenses are designed, you know, with that in mind as well. Now you throw this flat piece of potentially reflective material in there, and it might just screw everything up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious. So I should probably look at the times of these. 9:57. It's 9:58. So there's a laugh. There's a laugh. There's a laugh. What? What happened?
I don't know.
I had my camera turned off when I walked back to the bar, right? So nobody saw what I was doing. Okay, we're good. So we're cool.
We didn't see your jammy bottoms.
Shh. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows that I'm not wearing.
So
any
Brian,
pants.
I'll race you to. Well, that was stupid. I'm on manual focus. I'll race you to the Starry Sky autofocus on city lights.
Okay. You'll probably beat me to it because I've got a pretty busy week ahead of me. I actually have a pretty big shoot coming up for Grand Private Magazine. So, and that'll involve me shooting 12 people. So, and that begins on Monday. So it'll be kind of insane over here for a bit, but.
Nice. So this is what the laughter was about. We got a lot of sci-fi geeks in the house like me, so that's good.
Gotcha.
John laughed, he got it. So.
I don't have any idea. So yeah.
No,
No.
unless you're like 14, so of course you don't remember. that.
Brian would have had to have dyed his hair orange anyhow.
Yeah, true. Let's see that. Let's see that bodysuit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
I know that's great. No, it's just you've never seen The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis
No.
and was there Mila Jovovich,
No.
And Chris
I've heard of
Tucker.
it.
Gary Oldman? Gary Oldman's freaking wicked good in that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good deal. All right, so more photography stuff. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
It's on you guys now. Go for it. Make it happen.
I'm actually curious as to how you like the EM13.
So I've used it for a little bit of portrait work so far, and that's it. I just got it on Friday,
Yeah.
Thursday. I got it Thursday, so I really haven't had any hands-on time with it. My goal tomorrow is to take it out and hopefully get something going. I have no idea what the weather's going to look like, and you guys know me.
Yeah.
It's going to be landscape and outdoor stuff, so
Right.
I need something that's going to kind of sing to me.
Right.
I can show you a portrait that I shot with it today.
Yeah. I am hoping they add the Starry Sky AF to the EM1X.
Self-portrait. Yeah, there's no reason they can't. I mean,
Yeah. Exactly.
the capabilities there.
Yeah.
So they're probably just using this sort of as a widespread test bed.
I would assume so. Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. And I'm kind of actually interested in how it tracks birds and things in motion.
Yeah.
Compared to like the EM1X as well. I got an email today from someone that was asking me that. He's about ready to dump Nikon. And let me pull his email up and see what he said. He's getting ready to dump. There's considering dumping Nikon. His concerns mostly were about autofocus.
Okay.
And let me see. Lifelong Nikon shooter. Seriously considering switching to the EM1 Mark III. I've heard all the downsides of the Mark III: slow to acquire focus, poor focus tracking, and lots of noise at high ISO. I don't know.
Disagree on that though. I mean, I came from a D800 and a D750, which is probably one of the better AF cameras out there, and this really hasn't skipped a beat for me and how
Yeah.
I shoot. I mean, that being said, I don't shoot a ton of action, but
Right.
but what I have shot on it, especially with the X, it's been good.
Yeah.
I haven't really shot much action with the EM13 yet.
Yep.
I shot a little bit in Costa Rica, but not a ton. So
Right. My response to him was that even though I haven't done it yet, specifically with this camera, that if the focusing is on par with the EM1X, which there's no reason it shouldn't be, that it'll be astounding at tracking birds in flight. So he said slow to acquire focus, and that's really never been an issue on almost any Olympus lens ever for me, save for like the macros. But that's typically how it works anyways with a macro. And then, his concern about lots of noise with high ISO. It depends on how you handle it. Depends on how you expose. But there are differences between full frame and micro four thirds at high ISO. You just can't
Tell him to just go buy a Sony. Call it a day.
Right. So I could tell him that. I could tell him to do that and get the 600 millimeter f4G Master for $17,000 versus like 1/8 of the cost to get 300 mil from Olympus.
Yeah.
And then plus that lens is a monster. It's like carrying around a third leg.
Yeah, it is.
There's no innuendo in that joke. I'm just saying it's like as big as like your leg. And then his other concern too was printing larger than 16 by 20, and I told him that's not even an issue.
No, it isn't at all. I have some here actually.
Oh yeah, I told him I've
In my
got
office.
conference rooms that have
Yeah, it was.
their entire wall my photos, single photo, an entire wall, and they're great. So
Yeah,
no concerns there
at all.
I'm pretty sure he probably just heard a lot of feedback from people who probably never even used the cameras.
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
You know, they're just looking at specs and saying, "Oh, well, based on these numbers, you know,"
Yeah.
which is absolutely
Right.
frustrating.
The IAF on the EM13 is definitely better than on the X. But in terms of other tracking in general, I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I would imagine the next firmware update of
For
the
the
X
X.
will have that also in there.
I would put money on that too, for sure.
I typically don't use IAF, but I have tested it out, obviously, and it was pretty effective. It's not on par with like a Sony or anything.
That
I don't think anything is, and I don't think anything out there is even close to what they offer. So
yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing to watch. I mean, I've kind of blown away with watching that on mine. It even does it on the dog.
Yeah. I mean, I had it happen on a monkey. So
Yeah, well, for sure.
yeah, it was awesome actually. but
So
yeah.
Eileen's asking about rumors of the R5, and I'm gonna just let her chat with Justin about that. I think the R5, that's Canon's new mirrorless. They're late. It's going
Correct,
to be their latest.
It's essentially the 5D equivalent, I think. I want to say.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's rumored anymore. I think it's been confirmed by Canon, but none of the specs are out there at all yet.
Probably not officially, anyways.
Yeah. I would imagine cameras are going to get.
They talked about that last year
too. So,
Really?
But
yeah.
But yeah, I would expect that maybe in the fall.
Cool.
How about that new iPhone?
I just got my kid the iPhone 11. The 11. That's not the newest one though, is it now?
What? Yeah, it is.
Is it? I just got my.
Well, it's technically not the newest because they came out with the SE2 the other day.
Oh yeah, the little plastic fantastic.
But, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I should have just gotten that because I said, hey, "What do you think of that camera?" He's like, "Well, I don't even use the camera."
seriously,
I'm like, oh,
gosh,
yeah.
This camera is fucking crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, do you know how irritated I was at you and Mark in the UP? You guys were just
Dude,
So-
did you see my night
What the
shots
hell
with
you had
this
up there?
shit?
so we're leading a workshop and we can't really take pictures, you know, because we're working with people.
Right.
And so my camera just sits on my hip or on the tripod as I talk with people. These guys can talk with people and just have their phones sitting out like this on their shoulder, and they're just getting insanely good, like long exposure shots of waterfalls and stuff. And they'll get everybody set up, we'll get everybody doing their thing. And then Mark and Jerry are like, you should check this one out. And I'm like, oh, you guys, screw you guys. I can't even take pictures. And you guys are just stealth shooting them with your phone, like in the middle while you're teaching too. And getting good shots.
right.
Those shots were amazingly good.
Have you seen my night shots with the phone? It's fucking insane.
I have,
dude.
yeah.
It's
So,
crazy.
out of curiosity, what apps are you using then?
For the phone,
Yeah.
Lightroom Mobile. I'm taking it because I can shoot RAW in Lightroom Mobile too.
Yeah, right.
So I only edit in Lightroom Mobile now.
Oh, really?
It's crazy, dude.
What about-
I'll send
why
you
not
some
Snap?
of those night shots.
So you don't even open your camera app anymore. You just open Lightroom and shoot from that.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, because on my Pixel, I have to shoot. I have mine set up to shoot RAW plus JPEG, and I'll open the RAW and Snapseed, but I still have to open the camera first and then shoot it over to Snapseed from there.
The stock app don't let you shoot RAW, which I fucking blows
No.
my mind.
It doesn't on the iPhone?
Nope.
No.
I don't get that one.
Wow.
And the other thing that pisses me off is it don't let you shoot RAW when you're shooting wide angle.
What?
Right. That don't make no sense either.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
weird.
I'm sure they'll fix it, but
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know why they would cripple it like that.
right.
Well, I guess I do. It's the same reason that Olympus does. Like, they prefer you to use the JPEG of the high res mode versus the RAW, because the optimized and probably better looking, better, visually appealing image is going to be the JPEG. So that's what Apple wants. They just want you to see the best thing.
And I do notice that even when you edit RAW, it's not.
It doesn't
It's
match.
not like it's not like editing RAW on PC. It's like editing a JPEG on a PC. You know what I mean?
You just don't have the resolution, the sensor,
Right,
the sensor
right.
size.
Yeah, right.
Now, when they end up making like the entire back of the phone, the sensor,
Right.
you'll be
Need
like
to hurry up.
4
It'll
times the
happen.
size of
I'll,
media.
I'll sell all my fucking cameras if they do that.
It'll
They
happen, I think.
It don't make no sense to shit my camera can do that. My phone can do that. My $2,000, $3,000 cameras can't do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Eileen says she's never tried shooting through Lightroom on her phone. Go for it. And like Jerry said, then you get the raw file to work with too, so a little bit more leeway.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
I've done that like when I'm at trade shows and everything, and when I'm not hauling around everything, and it helps having it as an option.
Nice.
I've been running out with my phone, just shooting that, just to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The portrait mode is insane.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I'm gonna send you a couple photos, Jamie, if you want to slap them up.
For sure.
These are all shot on my phone. I'll just send you a couple of them.
Sending them like on Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, I'll send them to you on Messenger.
Cool.
That's one thing good about being quarantined and stuff is at least I've gotten a lot of time to go shoot.
Yeah.
At least once a day, sometimes twice a day, I get out of the house and either go for a walk or take a car and drive out in the country and just look for whatever's there.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to start getting in the habit of getting up a little bit earlier and heading out, to catch sunrise and things like that.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
That's all I do. I haven't at all yet, and I think it would be awesome out here and everything having that. So it'd be cool.
Wow. Okay, so I'm downloading these pictures here. I didn't know that these were iPhone shots. It's cool.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Handheld iPhone. I'm gonna actually put it on a tripod and try doing some long exposures.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
I was really impressed with how this iPhone handles nighttime. It's insane. My other iPhones, I would have never shot at night because the shit was garbage.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know what they did this time, but it looks good, man.
I'll say that I am probably the world's worst iPhone photographer ever out there, and I'm just an idiot on how to do anything in it. So that's why I stick to an actual camera and everything.
All right, speak on it, Jerry. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
That's just the mask from The Purge, and then she has some gloves that she's into. She does a lot of those festivals now.
Electric Forest and things like that.
So she's got gloves that have lights in the fingertips of them.
Yep,
cool.
So I was like, bring them gloves, and then we went and just found a neon sign. But that's iPhone handheld, edited on Lightroom mobile.
Sick.
That never even seen a PC.
Nice.
Oh.
And then let me get the next one queued up here. Sorry about that. Nope, wrong way. What did I do? There we go.
And that's just a handheld night shot pizza restaurant down by the lake.
Is their pizza any good?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good.
Good. I gotta ask. I mean,
right.
Of course, right? Yeah. Of course.
And then what's the next one? Yeah, Mr. Scribbs.
Mr. Quick.
Or Mr. Quick. Yep. Those look a lot brighter on your screen. Yeah, they don't look like that on my phone. Huh.
Oh, they look good on my end. From what I'm seeing on my computer. I don't know how that translates to to the
It could
screen
be-
share or whatever.
It,
I think it's
yeah, it
awesome.
could be
I think
because
it's
we're
cool.
streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. No, crazy cool. It's funny, like I would have never. So okay, let's talk about this. To make those shots, I know how to make that shot in the camera. I know
Yeah.
what you're doing in camera. I'm guessing. At least this is how I'd attack it. Are you going in there and underexposing by a stop or so to
I'm
get
I'm
the
bringing
sign
it.
not blown out?
Yeah, I'm bringing it down enough so I tap on the sign,
Hmm.
and then I lower my exposure till where I want the sign to
Yeah.
look.
So you're doing that in camera on the phone,
Yeah, and then you
Nice,
just pull
nice.
it, bring everything else back.
literally shooting it the way you would in a camera, like a
Yeah,
carry along camera. Cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess it shows you the control that you get, on a phone now.
It's
Yeah,
crazy. Dude.
it's insane, really. It's awesome though. It's cool.
Yeah, without a doubt.
There's a lady I follow on Instagram. She's from Germany, and she just wins award after award for shooting portraits
Right.
with her iPhone
Nice.
on the train. It's freaking crazy. I would have never thought those were iPhone photos.
Nice. It probably makes doing stuff like that. So you said she's on a train, like a commuter,
Yep.
so you can't really just break out a camera close to someone
Right.
and get like a candid moment from them, but she's
Right,
doing
so
it on her
she's-
phone.
Yeah, because she's probably faking like she's doing something else. You know what I mean? And
Oh, yeah.
freaking
Nice.
Right.
It's like the street photography equivalent of like shooting from the hip or something, She's just
right.
talking, oh, let me check my Instagram, boom. Okay, you're on my Instagram now. And,
Yeah.
it's kind of a cool setup. All right, well, look, fellas, it's probably about time to cut it off. I think we've,
Yeah.
it's gotten a little quiet in the chat room.
I need some snacks.
Right. I need a nap.
Alcohol. now.
Come on over. I know I don't have COVID. If I did, I just drowned it in scotch and bourbon. So it's probably dead. But yeah, let's do this again. We'll probably do this again
Yeah.
sometime before too long here.
Cool.
Next weekend, man.
All right. Next weekend it is. We'll have to set it up.
Cool.
All right. You guys take care. Hey, thanks everybody for watching tonight. Thanks for popping in some questions. John, thanks for jumping in. Brian, thanks for jumping in. I didn't know if it was just going to be Jerry and I, or if anybody would have the inclination, motivation, or guts to sit in between Jerry and I while we're doing this. Congratulations to you guys.
Of course.
Well, I didn't figure I'd have to talk that much.
Brian's used to it. He rides in the car with us.
Well, we didn't give, nothing.
Brian
failed.
catches hell from here all the way to the bridge and back with us.
Well,
Yeah, I
nothing,
do.
nothing failed tonight. So Brian did, we tease
Hey.
Brian because we say he kills the Aurora every time we record or whatever. But, no, it was good to have you guys on. I appreciate it. And
It was fun.
we'll do this again probably next week. It sounds like.
Cool.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
Do it.
Night.